Howdy, and welcome to the lunch table.
Fail.
What?
You suck. Fail. Didn't get your glasses on in time.
Oh. You threw... I thought you threw me way off.
Fail. You suck.
A podcast
31 hit you real hard.
Wow. A podcast where we don't understand each other's humor. Or we like to break each other down, apparently.
Oh, I like to break you down a lot.
And the man who likes to break me down. That's right, my right-hand man, Mr. Google himself. Drew. No one can pleasure me like myself. Watsonizer.
That is a true fact.
Yeah?
That is a true fact.
You know.
Yeah.
You know your buttons.
You know all your erogenous stones.
You know how to get your motor
going. If you think
going.
that's gross, you are the only one that can make you come as fast as you think.
Yeah, but usually aren't you like thinking of like other people? You, I'm assuming you're just thinking about you.
Oh, well, you're not wrong.
You're selfish.
You're not wrong.
And the man who's always right. Your host with the most.
Squid and his fish sticks.
Squid and my fish sticks.
Yeah.
Calamari sticks?
Yeah, think about it. Think about it.
I'm not getting it.
Think about it.
I'm not getting it. Why would
I'll
I?
have you guys decide.
Squid?
Yeah, squid in your fish sticks.
In my fish sticks?
Yeah.
Why would that be bad?
It's wrong. It's wrong. That's like 2 hot dogs in a bun.
It ain't right. That ain't natural. And your host is not natural, Carl Jones.
Oh, he's all natural.
All natural.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Although my sexuality's in
Question?
Yeah. In question. Let's get into it. Howdy, and welcome to the Lunch Table Podcast.
My sexuality's in exclamation point.
Ooh.
Sometimes yours is in period.
Ow. Ew. Well, it wouldn't be my first Red Glove Award.
Yeah. You ever got your red wings?
Nah.
No?
Nah.
No?
Nah. I did like if it's going on, if it's that time, dude, you don't go down for dinner. You just don't. You can play in the mud and all, but you don't eat it, you know?
That's the wrong end, bud. Hey, you're on the wrong side of the taint.
Well, I know. I didn't really mean poo. I was just trying to be nice about it.
Take away our counter. We had a whole half episode without a shit remark, and now we got to take it away.
Yeah, you brought it up.
You're the one that said you're playing in the mud.
Well, it kind of is like red thick mud. I don't know. I'd rather get off this topic, Tyson.
So,
why, have you gotten your Red Wings? Is that why you're dressed in red?
I'm going to plead the fucking fifth.
That's why you're dressed in red.
I want to get off this topic now, too.
Drew, that wasn't a Wisconsin cheese bite.
So, if you're just joining us...
Dude, there's sirens.
There's sirens fucking everywhere. This is crazy. This is how devoted we are to you. We are recording in the middle of a crazy-ass storm.
Yeah.
See what happens when you turn 31.
I know, dude. Actually, we got halfway through one episode and all the power just failed.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is our second time doing this.
Yes.
Damn, dude. And now sirens.
And now we can't bring up any of the fun stuff we were going to bring up last time.
Yeah. Jeez.
Because now it just feels dry.
Yeah. We already shot a load.
And people have already commented on when we redo things, it's a thing.
And
we know.
You don't like... They like it raw.
Right.
They want the unfiltered, unprotected us. Be careful. I'm like an alley cat. I come with fleas.
CJ.
Yeah.
Can you name 2 brands of condoms that are not Trojans?
That are not Trojans?
Not Trojans.
One starts with a D.
A D?
Deluxe. Deluxe, or maybe?
Dyslexic? Dyslexic?
Dick. No. No, I don't think I can, dude. Because really, the only ones I use are the Trojan bearskin.
Oh.
I like those ones a lot.
Yeah, not the fire and ice ones?
No, fuck the fire and ice ones.
I had a bad experience.
Yeah, they make my Johnson too hot.
Durex is what you're thinking of.
Yes, that's
Durex.
what I'm thinking, yeah.
The other one I know is One. Yeah.
Is that the one that you get out of the machines?
No. Those are weird.
Is Magnum a Trojan?
Yeah.
Ones
are, at least I think that's how they started, is man-to-man relations to minimize STD.
Really?
Yes.
Condoms. So, like, before that...
Well, that was their main mission statement, was like man-to-man relations.
Okay, I thought that they had them basically for because like there's goat skin condoms before they had latex.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I assume that was because people wouldn't have sex without being pregnant.
Yeah, and people are allergic to latex.
Yeah, but I mean, it was before we even discovered latex. They would use like animal skin. I don't know how much that would protect you or how you would feel through it, but.
We're going to have a serious conversation. Children,
yes.
If you're thinking about this, think of it logically. Mm-hmm. In the olden days, before condoms were invented, their pull-out game was not strong enough. So if you think your pull-out game is strong enough, you're fucking lying to yourself.
Yeah. History will tell you opposite. It's like you're trying to brag to me that you're good at something, but I can see your win-loss record. I know what's going on here.
That's been Drew's corner.
Uncle Drew's knowledge. Yeah, I mean, and come on. Really, near the end, after you're doing the whole exercise, that's when you want to be like, okay, now hurry up.
Right.
Like... You're just asking for bad things.
Yeah, you got to bring your B+ game, and then at the very end, pop your A.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, you kind of get out a couple seconds early, right. And then you let them kind of finish the melody with, like, their mouth or something.
First date suggestion, take a girl to play hopscotch or something. See how good that she is. If it's not good, you don't want it.
Whatever it is, first dates wise, just like when it comes to first dates.
Oh, make it cheesy.
Well, maybe. Just pick something where you can get out of it easily if you have to. Yeah. So, like, cup of coffee or something like that. You know, that way, if she's a real cunt, you can just be like, yeah, I've got to go, and not have to worry about anything.
See, I'd be really upfront with it, man. If I know that I'm not going to see that girl again, I'd be like, listen, this is super shitty. I'm taking off, man.
In the middle of a dinner and stuff, that's just awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think...
You go up to the hostess right at the very end. Here's my share of the check.
Yeah. She's on her own, man. It's 2023. She's strong and independent. She got it.
Speaking of strong and independent women.
Yes. It was my birthday.
So there's a long thing, and I'll kind of go into my week here, how we did it. First off, I took off Tuesday and Wednesday for work, and your birthday was Wednesday. We celebrated it Tuesday night. Yeah. Kind of blending into Monday morning. We went to a concert. That was all well and good. I'll let you talk about more about that. It was your special day. I don't want to tread on it.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Morgan got her license, which is where I was going with it. Give me a little bit more freedom, a little more...
Gives her more freedom. Gets her out of the house.
2 more hours that I get to sleep in.
Dude, women. Find friends. I don't know what's up with all you. That shows maybe you need to change yourselves a little bit because most of y'all don't have friends. It's a lot.
Right.
So it's good that she's got a car.
Yes.
Just find friends. But it's good that she's got a car.
She already did what I didn't want her to do. And now I'm not controlling. I try and build her up as much as I can, and I want her to have some individuality. All the individuality that she wants. But in case something happens, I'd like to know. So she's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to go to the convenience store or whatever. As long as you fucking tell me, that's cool. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to say, no, I have to go with you or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not against the law to do that now.
Right.
But fucking bowling, didn't get a message or anything. She just fucking left and went to one of her friend's house. Courtney's.
Right.
And then I found out about it like 2 days later. I was like, motherfucker, you all of a sudden you get this freedom and you don't even fucking tell me.
Well, right. I was going to say, she,
like, you could send me a text and say, hey, I'm headed to Courtney's. I'm not going to stop you. I don't care that you're going out. But what happens if you get in a wreck?
Morgan doesn't think of this.
What happens if she gets in a wreck? I'm not going to know anywhere.
Listen, they don't. It's our responsibility, usually in most relationships as a man, right, to protect. That is what we do.
Okay.
Right? We protect, we provide. And we're looking at it as, hey, just give me some common courtesy. That way, if I have to protect you, I know where you're at.
Right.
Because you want me to protect you, that's cool, but I need your help too.
Right.
You know? And she's just like, well, I'm just going to run and do this and do that. And that's where the divide is. She doesn't. Morgan has a hard time ever seeing the darker side of things. Yeah. Really, she doesn't think all the way through.
Right.
She thinks a little less than you do sometimes. You know, you have a lot of thoughts, yes, but you never go deep into those thoughts.
Right. I have too many surface thoughts that cause a lot of problems.
Right. And you never really
But I'm a Virgo, so.
I'm a Virgo. Shut up. Get out of here, dude.
This is my house. You get out of here.
No, get out of here. You're kicked out.
Flip the power switch again now.
Yeah, click.
If I keep fucking it up enough times, he won't come back today.
I'm an Aries. I'm stubborn.
I can see that, yeah.
I guess. Shut up. I hate you, dude.
Then at the end of my week...
Red flag. You're dressed in red. There's a red flag right there. I'm a Virgo.
Then at the end of the week, I went to go see John Wick 4. Real quick disclaimer. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything like that. I'm glad what happened, but it's way too fucking long. There's too many fight scenes, even though that is all that a John Wick movie is. It's too fucking long. 3 hours and 5 minutes, just pure fucking fight scenes and just a little bit of comedy. I think John Wick says like 5 words the entire movie.
You need storyline.
Okay.
You need storyline. That's what happened with those Rambos. Rambos were awesome. You know, the first one had enough storyline. It had just enough storyline. Then as they got into it, they kind of started dropping the storyline, ramped up the action, slowly died. You need a reason for the person to be shooting things.
Food for thought question here.
Yeah.
Battle Royale.
Ooh.
Between
John Wick,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Terminator, or like...
no, you know, like his character, an average of other characters. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
Keanu Reeves, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and Bruce Willis's.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah. I was gonna add Jason Statham, but I think he just wins. So.
I think you would have to go Keanu Reeves. I mean, if you're just going story-wise, not only is he John Wick, right, but then he's also controlling the Matrix. So no matter which way it goes, he whoops ass.
So you know that he was in Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
Have you seen Bill and Ted?
I have, but it's been a while.
Okay. Is he Bill or is he Ted?
I think he's Bill, ain't he?
I have no clue. We're gonna have to
I think
look
he's
that up.
Bill in the movie, but yeah, who would you take in that fight?
Oh, probably Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dude was the fucking Terminator, like you said.
Right, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat the Terminator.
Yeah.
Unless you
can't
are part
fucking
of it.
Die.
Unless it was all part of the Matrix.
That's true.
That's why I was like, okay, no matter which way it goes, Keanu Reeves kind of got it. And if it's like samurai time, well, he was a Ronin.
Was he?
47 Ronin. He was
okay.
in 47 Ronin.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I don't think he's the
Keanu
most...
Reeves was Ted.
Oh, he's why are you laughing? You didn't know.
I know I didn't know.
You remind me of the kid off The Simpsons.
Nelson?
Yeah, Nelson.
That's where I get a majority of my personality from, is The Simpsons.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We need to color you yellow.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we're going to have a bunch of Asians mad at us.
They were mad at my dad, and they're going to be mad at me.
It's an old
My dad was in Vietnam.
family tradition. You can
How was
look
your
like
week?
Homer. That was my week. Dude, it wasn't bad, man. Like, this year for my birthday, I actually got things that I wanted, so that was nice. It's like a first.
New chair?
New chair.
Massages your ass at the same time?
Yeah, lower back.
Okay.
And that's where I wanted the massage. I mean, if it starts getting towards my ass, I wanted to reach around, too. Does it have one of those?
There's a plug-in. We could probably
They
figure
probably
it out.
could get some, like, milk system for cows.
Yeah. Not in here. You're going to take the chair with you at that point. At least it's white.
Be like, dude, that chair looks more and more off-white every time you bring it in. I don't know why.
Nope, not going to tell that story.
Nope.
All right,
No. So, like, my day, like, the whole week, pretty soon.
Strong week, not a weak week.
Yeah, it was pretty strong. I had a lot of outside stuff to do. Stuff that I can't get into yet because, like, it's not all finalized.
Oh.
So I don't want to bring it up and get into it quite yet unless it actually,
Happens.
it happens. But a decent amount on my plate. So I've been getting that done. It was my birthday week, so I really didn't do much. Didn't have to do much, and everyone kind of let me be lazy. It was nice.
Do you eat more off a plate or out of a bowl?
Out of a bowl. What do you mean? Like, do I put more stuff into a bowl to eat out of than a plate? Yeah.
Well, like, okay, if you take an average day, do you use a bowl more or a plate more?
A bowl.
Okay. Yeah. So then why isn't it that there was stuff in my bowl instead of stuff on my plate?
Because maybe, I don't know.
I
didn't make the phrase.
You're not ready for that yet.
I didn't make the phrase.
I'm thinking maybe, of the fourth fucking dimension.
Because bowls, when you say bowl and you say there's stuff in my bowl, I think you meant to smoke.
Yeah. Got the vitamins all.
I got a bunch of stuff in my bowl today. Oh, damn. Okay. We're going to send you for a pee test.
I fully expected to get hit with a pee test because I told him that I was going to a hip-hop concert.
Well, yeah, but it is a light hip-hop concert. So that's true. We can... Perfect way to roll into that.
I came back Wednesday and I was like, oh my God, pee test? Nah. Not that I was in any trouble, but...
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry. So, for my birthday, you brought it up, we went to the House of Blues in Cleveland. Beautiful place. If you ever walk in there, it's... Well, I shouldn't say beautiful. It's nice. I think it's a nice place.
Yeah.
It looks nice. You walk in there.
Not designed for what we used it for.
No. There is some complaints. But first, the drive to Cleveland, fun. We had a good time on the way down. Wasn't, no hiccups there.
I brought my fucking A game. I was cracking people up.
You were cracking people up. You brought the fun. We, no traffic because it was a Tuesday, so we got down into Cleveland, no traffic, easy parking. What more could you want to ask for? We went to eat at an Irish pub. That was awesome. We had some poutine. Poutine. Right? Poutine. I had me an Irish red. It was awesome. Then it was time for the concert. Now, the whole time we were there, the House of Blues really didn't have much of a line out. And it said it started at 7, but we went to go see...
Yeah, there was a line, not a big line, though.
We went to go see Bryce Vine. Well, Bryce Vine wasn't starting until 8. So... we talked amongst ourselves. We really didn't care if we got in there a little bit late or whatnot. Yada, yada. We ended up getting in there. The starter, they haven't even started yet. It's already past 7.
Horrible. That was a horrible first act.
It was bad. I don't have anything good to say about them. It was really bad, the first act. Honestly, I'm surprised more people didn't leave. Like, I'm surprised more people didn't leave how bad that first act was. It was bad. And there's a couple of things. Okay, so one, they set up the speakers.
Flannery's Pub is where we went.
Flannery. Delicious place. I couldn't complain. It was a nice bar. I wouldn't say it was overly special.
Right. That's why I had to look it up because I was underwhelmed by the name.
It wasn't overly special. Good food. Good beer, but it doesn't stand out from any other pub.
Just as a rule of thumb, when you go to a restaurant and you don't really care about what you get, always look for the thing that's highlighted triple and in a different color or surrounded by a gold border. And don't try and stray away from that. If it's the first time and you don't really care, get that. You'll like it.
Yeah, you took a big... Well,
I took a big hit.
Yeah, the menu made that sound a lot better. You read the menu, it was like a shrimp poor boy, and then it comes out and it's like some cheap-ass piece of loaf bread with like 3 wannabe shrimps on it. I'm sitting there like,
and it's covered in hot sauce. I specifically asked for it not to be covered in hot sauce.
Yeah. You're like, hey, no hot sauce. I don't want hot sauce. So, and I got the Reuben, which it said the house famous Reuben right in gold.
And it was awesome.
It was amazing. They cared about the Reuben, Drew. They didn't give a shit about your poor boy. Because a poor boy isn't even Irish. I don't understand what it was doing there. We went to an Irish place. You went to Chinese, and you got the American food.
Oh, dude, I love pizza at Chinese buffets.
Really? No, dude.
It's horrible.
The American food at Chinese is the worst. It's like, why are you putting these onion rings out here? What the fuck is this? They taste like ass, dude. I'm down with their syrup chicken, okay? I like the syrup chicken. But when it comes to the American food there, it's just going to give you the shits.
Right.
So that's exactly what you did. You went there. It was an Irish pub, and you were like, let me get this Louisiana dish here. Anywho, back to the House of Blues. Yeah, the appeal of it was nice. The way they set up the speakers, unless you were really right up in the pit,
right,
you couldn't hear shit.
Yeah.
Like
80% of the people in there couldn't hear much.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. They had all the speakers kind of pointed right towards the pit, nothing towards the back. Very shallow roof.
The only time that I really understood any of the words are when everybody else was singing
them, right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was so different. One, he's kind of hip-hop, not really. Yeah. I always called him the summer weed rappers.
Yeah.
Because it's like that soft,
Swayze,
easy,
Cisco,
Swayze.
Dirty Heads.
Yeah.
Sublime with Rome.
Yeah, he's part of that. And it was a very different culture. Usually when I go out, I've always went to punk concerts or rock concerts.
He's a hip-hop.
Yeah.
He calls him hip-hop.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he wouldn't be like the hard hip-hop, like Lil Wayne or something you'd go to.
Drawn equal parts from his bass-heavy reality rap influence of his father and the bright pop sensibility of his mother.
Okay.
He is a mix between New York and L.A.
New York.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
What's funny is down in the bottom here, it shows other searches that people do. And if they're a white artist, it's pop. And if they're a darker artist, it's hip-hop and rap.
Really? Wow.
Way to go, Google.
Yeah, Google. We just found something out, you racist. So, like, they had a whole different vibe to it, right?
Yeah.
You got there, people were kind of a little bit more laid back, chilled. And I've been to ska concerts. I've been to punk concerts. I've been to rock concerts. I've been to even bluegrass concerts. People are pretty amped in those. Even bluegrass is kind of weird, but they get pretty amped in those.
Okay.
Now, they're not as aggressive.
Oh, this was chill.
This was chill. The chill, and really, people didn't get all that hype.
No.
I mean, they kind of bounced a little bit, but no one really got all that hype where, like, the fucking floor was shaking and shit, like places we have been.
Yeah.
Or, like, even in a club, when a good hit comes on and the whole club starts bouncing.
Right.
I would say that was more packed than the House of Blues was, or at least more jumping in live.
Yeah.
He sounded like the radio. I couldn't complain. He sounded exactly like it was, but he was an hour some late showing up.
Yeah.
And what really made me mad about the whole experience was I was going around taking my pictures like I do. Click, 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 boom, boom, boom. And I go down into the pit so I can take a couple pictures there, right? And I'm pushing through the pit, and I'm saying excuse me and whatnot. And these people let me through. I get in front of them. I stop to take a picture. And this girl beside me goes, ugh, that was rude. And I look over, and I'm like, what? And she was like, the people behind you, it's their anniversary, and you just stopped right in front of them. I looked at her, I was like, I don't give a shit. She looked back at me, and she was like, rude.
Big old dick swinging.
I was like, I don't care. Like, so I want to tell someone this, because this is the difference. It has to be because of hip-hop. Because this has never happened to me at any other concert. When it comes to the pit, and you're at a rock concert or punk or whatever, and the music's a little bit more energized and up, it's a free-for-all in that fucking pit.
Oh, yeah.
If you let someone in front of you, that's your own damn fault.
Right.
They moved out of my way.
If you are not hanging over the person in front of you, somebody will sneak in between.
Yes. They will get in between you and push you. And they will force their way. And you don't cry about it. You don't whine about it. That's
what happens.
That's what happens in the pit.
If it's your anniversary, go get a special fucking seat upstairs that you got kicked out of.
Yeah, that I got kicked out of. Which is my next story. So then after that happens, I go, okay, let me go upstairs and get some pictures. Fuck this pit. These people are assholes in here. So I was like, let me go up and I'll take some pictures. And I walk over to this one side. Now, mind you, there's no signs up, no chains, nothing. There's nothing indicating that is different than any other seat in there. Right? So I walk over there and I take several pictures over there. I even take them by the guard and he doesn't say anything to me. Then I realize, like, oh man, there's this whole tabletop here and chairs and no one's sitting in them. So I try to wave you guys down. I'm not sure if you saw me.
No.
But I'm trying to get your guys' attention. I'm trying to get you and Jared.
Our buddy Jared and I were sitting in these big wing chairs, just about ready to fall asleep because we were tired of waiting an hour for
an hour, yeah. My favorite was they didn't know he was late. So they introduced him and the lights got real low. And I remember walking back up to you because when he was being introduced, that's when I pushed into the pit, right? And dealt with the lovers. Which I wanted to say. I almost brought up, I almost told the bitch, like, well, it's my birthday. Is there love like greater than my life?
And they said something like it's their 31st anniversary.
Yeah, it's something like it's like a long anniversary. And I was like, I told her, like, I don't care. That doesn't involve me. Their anniversary or why they're here, don't give a shit. We're all here for different reasons.
Right.
I don't know. But I go upstairs. I try to wave you guys down to these seats. And the dude goes, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I was taking pictures. I don't know. And he's like, well, this is VIP. You can't be here. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry, dude. I was like, well, can I take a couple more pictures? He's like, no, I already let you take plenty. I was like, fine. Right? And in my head, I was thinking once again, I was like, okay, that lady yelled at me downstairs. Now I'm arguing with this dude. And I was thinking about bringing up the fact that there's no signs and being like a real big asshole.
Right.
I was like, should I be an asshole right now? Then I was like, nah, fuck it. Let's make it through the night. So then I kind of walked around taking pictures, and he followed me for the rest of the night, watching me. Like, is this kid? By the way, no one ever sat in the VIP section. It was empty all night.
Funny. When I was standing upstairs and there was a VIP section in front of me, that was actually roped off.
Yes.
Okay? The people that were in the row between me and the rope went underneath the rope and went and sat down in the seats and just chilled. Didn't get yelled at one bit. So maybe you should have went to roped off section. You would have had more luck.
Maybe better luck. Dude, something about me. I walked into the House of Blues and they're like, that kid's going to cause trouble. Watch him.
He's wearing a black shirt.
Yeah, he's got a black t-shirt. Yeah, like all them other black t-shirts.
I got bumped into by some dude that was way too fucking drunk, and I was actually standing next to a dude that was just as big and tall as I was, and the drunk dude turns around and goes, "Holy shit." I'm sorry.
So out of all the, I would say this is one of my lower, this is probably one of the bottom concerts I've been to. I'd put it up there with as good as a bar night or a fair concert almost.
This reminds me of the one that we tried to go to at one of the bars around here, and it was just so packed and so hot. We're like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, that was more packed. I feel like that was, well, maybe it wasn't more packed because it was smaller.
And that was like kind of in the middle of winter, so everybody was wearing like puffy coats and shit.
Right, generating a lot of steam.
Right. The thing that made me the most mad, and I get that it's a big city. I get that prices are going to be inflated. I paid like $56 for 2 beers and a shot.
Yeah. Well, first, the cans they handed out, they only had 24-ounce cans.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
Yeah, by the time you got through one of them, it was too warm.
It was too warm. Your stomach was full. It was nasty. And it wasn't that bad of a price. They were $13, which is expensive.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about concert prices, I think the 16 ounces at the last one I was at was almost the same amount.
Jeez.
So you're getting almost double for it. You know, so they're giving you a good kick there. But yeah, your shot of Hennessy was $20-some.
Yeah, $25 for a single shot.
Yeah. Might as well just go buy the whole bottle. I don't know how anyone goes out in the city.
Dude, I could have got a mixed drink that had Hennessy in it and probably gotten it for less.
Right. So if you waste more ingredients, we'll give you...
I guess.
Or they just don't give you a whole shot when they do that.
Wasn't really a whole shot to begin with.
Oh.
Yeah.
They have to.
Somewhere.
Them cheap bastards.
Somewhere in between.
Dude, I don't... How... If you lived in Cleveland... Because the appeal seems nice, you know?
The dinner wasn't super expensive.
No, well...
It was up there.
Their beers were like $6-7.
Yeah, but not fucking 18.
Right. But I don't know how you would go out for the weekends. Like, I don't know how you would live there, per se. Because the prices are a little bit more expensive.
Right.
Right. I mean, it is nice, the appeal, because when we got there, literally every step to your left or right was a new store of some kind. Restaurant, something.
Yeah.
You know, so plenty of options to go look at shit. But because it's so much more expensive, that means rent and all that, I just don't see how you would even be able to afford to go out.
Yeah.
It's hard for us to live in a real cheap area and save money to go out there.
Right.
Let alone live in an expensive area.
You must be paid more. They must be paid.
Yeah, but it has to equal out, though.
Yeah.
Because just because Best Buy pays you more in Pittsburgh doesn't mean people with Best Buy jobs in Pittsburgh are living in, like, amazing apartments.
Hey. I don't know. Maybe it's just something that we can't comprehend because we're from a small town.
Yeah, maybe. I think to live there, people do struggle. And you see how much they pay for little apartments.
Or they just don't care about certain creature comforts.
They don't. They would much rather have a smaller place to lay their head and more places to go, I'd assume.
Well, things also get moved around. So, like, we were just talking about how you have, you know, a license and a car and insurance and, you know, inspections and everything for like that. If you were drive around, then you would need that. But if you're living in the city, then you don't. Yeah,
but that gets...
And then you pay $20 for a cab instead.
Right. I was going to say, that gets negated because you got to pay for cabs or your bus fares because it's not like they're walking everywhere. Now, some people are smart and they do use the bikes.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are getting in cabs.
Buses are cheaper than you think.
True. But I mean, they're buying year passes. So who knows?
So what else did you want to talk about with music?
Well, another thing I want to talk about, dude. First off, how do you rate that concert?
Out of what? Drew Heads?
Just out of all the concerts you've been to, where would you put it in a slide? Then rate it Drew Heads, I guess.
Okay. So this scale is going to be really, really off. I am not a concert goer. As for ones of like actual like people that I've gone to go see, I stumbled in a Jimmy Buffett concert down in D.C. Wow. I didn't really know it. Our bus dropped us off and like, hey, yeah, here, go have a fun time. It was weird holiday. I don't even really count that.
Okay.
So the other 2 concerts that I've been to 3 concerts total.
Jeez, okay.
One of them, there was a free one, and another one was at that exact same place, the House of Blues.
Yeah.
Both of them were Real Big Fish.
Okay, well,
so
when Real Big Fish played at the House of Blues, how did they sound?
Awesome. I was in the pit. I was on the front row.
There you
go. But no, this is the third out of those three. This is in the third spot.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't horrible.
No.
I'm glad we went. I'm glad we had a fun time.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Right.
It was weird because
$40, man.
I guess because I'm so used to being so hyped after a concert.
Yeah.
Because they get you going, you're jumping around, and you're so pumped. And then you come out like, woo! And that one was like, oh, okay, well, we just, like, smoked blunts for 2 hours. So you're coming out of there kind of drained.
This is, like, the alternative to, like, sitting on the lawn when you go down to the Pittsburgh one.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Okay, I can hear you, I can see you, I can't really join in and do much. I can sing from where I'm standing, but
and we can kind of jump a little bit, but because it's a pit and everyone's smashing to the pit, it's not like people can dance.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to sit there and dance. And I thought it was funny because Jared, the guy, he said, man, I wish I would have brought Courtney because everyone's just standing there slow grinding on their girl like high school dancing. But the girls face the opposite way, and that's kind of how they're like kind of grinding,
right? That one dude in front of us was trying.
It was gross.
Yeah,
that's what I'd be like, dude. We stop it. We can tell you don't get a lot because finally you get some, and you can't fucking handle yourself. You're like a kid with ice cream. Like, dude, look around it. Look around it.
Don't bite it. Don't bite the top.
Dude, it's melting on the side. Get it. He didn't know. It was off-putting. I almost want to tell him, you're ruining the concert. You're standing right in front of us and like sticking your hands down our throat.
One of the things that really bothers me is the way that they kind of planned out that building. Like, first off, the roof is way too low.
Way too low. In the back. It's hard to get real good shots there, too.
Yeah. But if you were going to have a sound stage, why would you put it in the middle where everybody is going to be on the ground floor? Put that shit up a level. Why not?
Like the stage?
No. Where the sound booth was.
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't you put it up?
Right. Put it up on the second floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they could hear it better.
Use that area, the VIP seating that wasn't even filled.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. And like I don't know why they didn't have more speakers towards the back. I don't like when artists use those LED screens like he did.
I liked it.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
But it makes it hard to take pictures because they're LED light bulbs.
Right.
So they get pictures and stuff, it distorts their face, and it's real hard to get good images of them.
Well, you also had, like, spotlights behind it, too.
Well, those aren't bad. Like, if they would do a light show with smoke and all that, that's actually pretty cool to get. You can get some cool light shots with those.
Right.
But the LEDs, they just emit weird light, so they're always, like, when you film them, they'll flicker.
Yeah.
So when you take a picture, they're kind of flickering, too. So sometimes they don't hold their color, and it just, to me, you're going out there, you're performing, you know people are going to take pictures. Mm-hmm. You know it's going to make you look better the better you look in the pictures.
Yeah.
Make it easy, you know.
From what I've looked on his other tour, that must be a House of Blues thing, too.
I think so.
Because the other ones don't have it.
Yeah, I think so. Because that screen was there for the other artist. Yeah. Remember? And then they had their QR codes to scan, which was weird.
Yeah.
That was a weird thing. See
the concert after.
Yeah. They're trying to pass us their band's QR code. Like, this is... What? So, but
I will say that all the music and the performing was great, top notch.
Yeah. He came in.
His band did awesome.
His band did good. Yeah. I agree with Jared at one point because, like, a lot of his songs are the same thing. The drummer kind of, you could tell that he's getting real tired because he kept using the hi hat so much to keep up with those beats. You could see him like, ugh. But, yeah, the band was great and everything.
Yep.
Well, my big thing is, dude, do you remember the first place we played live?
Smiling Moose.
Okay. Was that the first place we played live?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember the House of Blues was funny because...
Oh, wait a second. We did a grad party.
Yeah.
Was that the one you were thinking?
Yeah, we did a grad party first, and then we did the Smiling Moose. And at one point, we actually got asked to do the House of Blues.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Wait, are you talking about the one where we were going to open for Pop Evil?
Yeah.
That was the Cellar.
Oh, that was the Cellar, yeah. Yeah, that was the Cellar. Yeah. But we're going to open up for pop people. I remember that. And then you couldn't do it because you had some like
Square dance. Yeah.
square dance thing, which always surprised me because you were down to be the lead singer.
Yeah.
And you didn't mind being the front man and being the face, because if you're the lead singer, you have to be the front man, you have to be the face, right?
Fucking Aerosmith, Steven Tyler, man.
Steven Tyler. But yet, I would never expect you to be that one, right?
Why?
Well, you get nervous in every situation. Even when we do these, there's lots of times you'd rather have my face on there, you say.
Sometimes, yeah.
You'd rather me be out there.
I just know how much it means to you.
Oh, shush your face. I see. You think that's going to work, buttering me up. Shush your face. Okay? My little love loaf.
They don't know that, right?
But we do. We know what it means.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. So I want to butter you up, my little love loaf.
Yeah.
No. My point is, like, even watching you deal with cops, you freaked out.
Yeah.
One pulled you over, said he didn't want to have to give you CPR. I was there. So how did you get the courage to sing on stage? Because it takes balls to get up on stage. If there's one thing I wish everyone would do is get up on stage. Because you're getting up there, you got to kind of put yourself out there and hope
you
it
mean
goes
singing
right.
for the band?
Yeah, for the band. Yeah.
So
how do you have the courage to stand?
I was a square dance caller. It just happened.
Or even with that. How did you get the courage for that? Because you don't seem the type to want everyone's attention in the building.
Oh, I love having everybody's attention all the fucking time. Like D&D, I'm always the DM.
Yeah, but you shy away lots of times. So
I just want you guys to have fun and do your thing.
You say that. To me, it seems like you don't mind running stuff.
Yeah.
But you don't want the attention, nor do you want to be the last ones to make the decision.
That's true.
So
I mean, that's. I know that this sounds like I'm buttering you up.
Yeah.
But again, that's something that you enjoy, and I'd rather not take that away from you.
Yeah.
I know you like having all eyes on you.
No, I mean, it's not that. I don't like having all eyes on me. That's never bothered me. I do like entertaining people. I like to make people laugh.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with the attention of me. It's
like
because I like to make people, I just like people have a good time making them laugh.
When people were having problems with your amp at my pink house, you yanked the cord. Listen, motherfuckers.
Well, they were going to blow my amp.
I understand. I understand what the problem was. But all eyes are on you.
Yeah, I get that. But it's not like, that's not like me going there going, hey, I want their attention, so I'm just going to pull this. It's, hey, they're going to blow this up, and I don't have money for another one, so it's going to end now, or I'm going to deal with whoever. It wasn't, let me get attention. It's, hey, we got to solve this problem. There's a difference.
There's a tomato and there's a tomato there, it seems.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Where I think, because I don't look at it as like I want to be the cool guy or something, and I don't per se want to be. I mean, maybe bowling. I can see that in bowling because that's my competitive ego. Let me step on them and force them to say I'm better.
I don't necessarily need the front, but I want to make sure that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
I think people have a more fun time when things go smoothly.
Okay.
So if I have to seize power to do that, then so be it.
Right. Well, but
I like to be in control. I think we've already determined that.
So how did that translate? Were your parents just square danced and you were like, hey, I just want to call? Because, dude, I've seen you put on the spot in moments. That is not your time. You know what I mean? If you weren't prepared and I pushed you on stage, this is where I'm getting at. You do not perform well.
Yeah, I have to have a little bit of prep. I'm like fucking Batman, man.
Right. Yeah, if I give you something and
give me a little bit of heads
up,
and
direction,
then it's fine.
You'll be able to kind of find your way.
Yeah, but that's because I haven't had time to think about it yet.
But that's the same with singing. Yeah, we can practice all we want, but when you get up on that stage, it's kind of like, here it is. You kind of just got to do it, and you don't know how the people are going to react. And then when they react bad, it's like, okay, now what?
No, man.
So I just didn't know how you
The funny thing about that is people reacting bad. Like, who fucking cares? At that point, you can't please everybody. Fucking please yourself. Do what you do to feel better and make it happen and get through the thing.
Yeah.
And who gives a shit? There is always going to be somebody that comes up to you and says, yeah, you know what? I didn't like it. But there's going to be 5 to 6 times as many people that go up and say, hey, good job.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, where did it start, though? Where did it start your little...
Oh, this is going to sound greedy as shit.
Yeah.
See, I was a square dance caller, and I started at a very young age, right around the time where that stage frightness kind of sets in. Right around where school's like, hey, you're going to have to start giving, projects and speeches in front of class and everything. But I was around a group of people that were my parents' age for square dancing, and my teacher was like, hey, you can make a lot of money at this. And first off, I didn't want anything to do with that. As soon as I heard the money, I was like, all right, fucking sold.
Right.
So everything past that was just building up and building up and building up and building up. And eventually you start earning a lot of courage. But you know that you're going to be at that place at that specific time working for this certain amount of people, 5-6 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you need to prepare to do for it, do it before that 5 or 6 months and you're golden.
Right, because square dancing, when you're calling, the whole point is getting back into the square where they originally started.
Right.
So you do need to know what you're telling them to do, what moves you're putting them, where you're putting them to put them back into the original square. It's
right.
White people dancing. It's got to have fucking rules or else I can't do it.
Well, it has math involved in it too.
Right.
It's very, very symmetrical. So you have to do things to make them have fun and then get them back to give them some sort of accomplishment feeling.
Well, and I think it'd be very shitty if any of the square dancers, because let's not pretend there's a pretty old clientele.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I think it'd be pretty shitty of them to go up to a younger boy who's doing it, keeping nerd kind of fun alive and going, well, I didn't like what he did.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a lot of people like that. I had people who said that they couldn't hear me, but then I had, 5 or 6 as many people that said, hey, you want to turn it down a little bit?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll just leave it where it's at.
Right. Right. Sure.
Yep. That's exactly the first thing that they told you in college school, because I actually took like some classes over a weekend at a certain, like a college kind of for it.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, you can't please everybody. So somebody tells you to do something, somebody else tells you to do something else. Do whatever you feel. If you think it was a little light, it was probably a little light.
Right. They're not professionals.
No.
So
if you have 4 or 5 people come up and say, yeah, I couldn't hear you in the back. Okay, then you got to turn it up.
And then how did that? So like, once you got that,
it builds your confidence.
It just made it easier for you to jump onto a band then, like for us, and go ahead and try to sing covers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because like for me, it came from a lot of it was when I would do musicals. Not only was I used to already having the attention on me because I was a troublemaker, so. At least the authorities' eye was always on me. But I started getting in, me and you did stage crew, then they pulled me on to do some bits here and there. I've always liked being the comic relief.
Right.
I like getting the laughs. I like being the funny guy. Even when my brothers and I would play like pretend superheroes and shit, they'd always make me the villain. So like I got used to being very creative in my designs.
I can see that.
I
can really see that.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah.
Wears Superman shirt every day.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a villain.
Yeah.
No way.
No, yeah.
No, yeah, no.
Sure.
Sure. So, like, to me, once
for our Canadian clientele. We already said poutine.
Poutine. That was already weird because you'd have to put yourself, singing weird songs. It's not like you're singing hits.
Right.
You're singing some musical song you probably never heard before.
Well, that was how I was. I was singing a whole bunch of country songs that I've never heard before.
That's true, but they were hits. Like, a lot of them
I've
were
never
on the
heard
radio.
them.
True, but they were on the radio.
Yeah.
Which
makes a lot of sense now. When I turn on the oldie country station, I'm like, oh shit, I sang a lot of them.
Because there's lots of... I would go watch you and I would know what you were singing because my grandparents and stuff, like Conway Twitty and all that. Right. And there's some of it that you would play.
But I always tried to bring in newer things like classic rock and...
Yeah, and they did not like that.
No.
No, I know. How dare you try to expand their mind?
Yep.
Yeah. So, like, it really pushed. Really, a lot of it too was makeup. As a man, you would sit there and then they would dress you in a silly costume, slap makeup on you, and you would have to go out on stage. And it's kind of like this.
That's why I strayed away from that.
Well, see, I think it's good because it's this kick in your ego almost. And then when you go out and you do it and you realize, oh, I just wore makeup in this stupid little get-up and people liked it.
But it's supposed to make you look better.
And it does. It does on camera. Because without it, like, you ever see people without makeup on stage? They glow, dude. What? Well, we have soft lights. If we had stage lights, dude, our oil right here, we'd look like angels. You want to talk about white? We'd be so white we're reflective. So, like,
practice
doing that, and then I've played just playing instruments. Everybody you saw, I brought over the guitar just to fiddle with my fingers because I got bored into D&D. Right. Because I brought it, your brother, every Tuesday. Can you play this? Can you play that? Can you play this? Can you play that? Bringing me songs that don't even use guitars in them. By the way, you just play some techno song. Can you play this?
80s synth.
Yeah, 80s synth techno. Can you play this? No, dude, I've never heard it. That's not even my instrument. So, like, that got me used to the stage presence. Yeah. But I will say, the Smiling Moose, the first time, that was nerve-wracking, dude. That's when our guitarist, right? The first one we didn't even have a guitarist.
Right.
So we practiced that whole time. The guitarist wasn't there, and I think we ended up recording it a little bit. We had a recording of it, didn't we? Or was that the second time?
I think it was the second time.
Second time, where we actually had a guitarist.
Yeah.
Second time we learned.
Yeah.
We brought underage people.
Yes.
So they were excited to get there.
Dude, I honestly forgot about
it. Yeah,
really,
you forgot about it.
I know I just said it was the second time, and then I just completely forgot we did that.
Yeah. Because the first time I was surprised people liked it. Now, did we do that amazing? Probably not. Because it's your first show. We probably did okay. But when we did Alien Ant Farm.
Yeah.
Shit.
Smooth Criminal?
Yeah, Smooth Criminal, thank you. I was surprised how many people actually got up and liked that.
Yeah.
It was fun after sitting there practicing all alone in the stinky jam shack.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I made it stinky.
Yeah. We made it work. It was, putting all the hard work, and it was nice, and it's, I don't know, I think everyone needs to go on stage.
I always liked the fact of when we had parties, and this even transferred over into college, that it was always, we're going to Drew's. We're going to Drew's. Going to Drew's. And I'm still trying to do that in, like, this place.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have barbecues and stuff, and I want people to say, like, oh, we're going to Drew's.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, I got so drunk at Drew's last night. Like, I like that people can come here and have a fun time.
Yeah. You like putting on a party, a show. And I think that's what I like about it. When it comes down to performing, I like to try to help people. And to me, that's the way I feel like I can help the most people. It's the easiest way for me to kind of open up, right? Because when you do anything with art, this is going to kind of be a rant.
Hit it.
So, like, I was thinking about this the other day, how much music has just played a role in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because I chose to play the bass. Now, out of all the instruments...
The one that sits in the back?
The one that sits in the middle.
And carries?
That carries. That's not meant to stand out or do anything but make everything else better, right? Everything can be played without it. You don't need that instrument in there.
But the people that you idolize, it is what stands out.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Some of the craziest bass players are people you idolize.
Right. And that's how I started. You're right. But the older you get, and the more I've played the instrument.
The more you blend in.
The more you play the instrument, the more you got to understand what your role is to perform better, right? And that's a lot like life. You start out, you might be doing some stuff. You might think like, oh, I got to be the bee's knees at something. I got to be the top dog at something. I have to do this because it's really flashy or something like that.
There's always a 10-year-old Chinese kid who's much better at it than
always. But this is where you really need to just identify whatever that issue or problem, properly identifying whatever you want out of life and what you need. And I think that's lights are flickering. And I think that's why like the bass was a fun instrument over time, because the more I learn about it and the better I get at it. Yeah, sure, I started out and I wanted to be leading the bands. And that's cool, but they don't do that for every song. Yeah. They only do that for a couple songs. You know, there's not like the whole album usually has their bassist doing that. And, you know, as you learn the bass really plays chords. And when it plays chords, it just plays the root and a third. And when you realize that's all you do for a band is you play the root and a third while keeping the rhythm, it actually makes it a lot easier to grow. And I think that about life. Like, you know, if you really learn to identify what you need out of life and where you can fit in, and it helps you solve your problems better. You know, you need to take a step back, look at your performance and go, oh, and music helps you be open, because you have to be open to play music. It's if you want people to hear it, you have to give part of yourself to the music. Right. This is your own little craft and creation that you're putting your thoughts and everything into. So even if you're a closed off person, kind of like I am, you have to share to give people music. Right. And that's what's so sensitive about it. It's like, here's this part of me that I'm trying to give to the world. And it's, how do I better me to make this sound like me, like what I want it to sound like? And I think that has progressed, and it helps leak into your life. You know, and that's where I look, and I think people need to play it more, so it really humbles you, is what it does. It humbles you a lot.
See, I think I have the exact opposite there, where like I sang as a young child quite a bit, and then opportunities arose to where like me singing made it better. And then so like me having my own kind of thing and focusing on singing kind of made it easier, instead of going the opposite way where putting in the work made my talent better. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking about it exactly opposite as you did. You're saying like you put in the work to make this particular skill better, where like I had that skill and then I put in the work.
I would never say you put in the work for your skill. And not to be rude, you could sing.
Yeah.
And you just sang.
Yeah.
Very rarely would I come over and you're hitting some voice scales.
Oh, yeah, no.
So you never practiced.
No.
So what you're saying is I ran off a natural talent till I kind of lost my natural talent through smoking and doing others, and now I can't do it.
I can still sing.
Right, but you even complain you can't hit the notes, the high notes and stuff like you used to.
Yeah.
So you never practiced for it.
Right.
That's my point. Now, your guitar is another way to look at it. You've gotten better at your guitar. Sure, you're not Eddie Van Halen up there. But over the years that I've known you, when you were playing it the other day, you have gotten better.
Yeah.
You know, you've practiced and you've gotten better.
Recording. I got that in recording.
You got it on recording. But you have gotten better. So that's something that you've actually struggled in practice on.
Yeah.
Because the guitar never came natural to you.
I got shit on very early in my guitar career. There were just people that were so much better than me, and it downtrodden me.
Yeah, it does it a lot. Now imagine being the bass where your part is the glue stuff and you're trying to run the show. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So like, you have to humble yourself, you know, and you have to know your part within this play or this band or whatever. You have to know your part. And once you identify your part, it makes it a lot easier to find your solutions. And that's what I think. You know, that it bleeds into life. Learning all different kinds of stuff bleeds into each other. So it's always push to learn. I'm 31, you know, birthday. But
wait, you're how old?
31. But really, I didn't pick up the guitar.
31.
Yeah, like the acoustic guitar. I didn't have one until I was 30.
Yeah.
So it's not like I've been playing the acoustic guitar or anything. I just picked it up, was like, you know what? To make better bass riffs, it's nice to have a rhythm.
Incidentally, isn't it kind of the same thing?
Yes and no. Yes and no. See? That's where you fully don't understand. Because the one's playing melodic notes, the other one's playing roots and rhythm. So, yeah, I'm being melodic, but I'm also being rhythm, where the guitar's just melodic. Right? Then the drum's all rhythm.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. And that's it. Just grow. That's my point. Just grow, man. I don't care how old you get. Learn. Go be on stage. Put yourself out there. It's not that bad.
Oh yeah. If there's an opportunity, fucking do it.
Do it. Even when I did the musical, I'm not the first guy you would talk to and go, that guy does musicals.
I kick myself quite a bit that I took that square dancing date and didn't cancel on it instead of doing the band. I kicked myself a lot because of that. Who knows where the fuck we would have wound up.
I don't know if we were ready, but it would have been cool to open up for Pop Evil.
Right. And we would, even if we sucked.
Yeah.
Then that presents another opportunity, presents another opportunity.
Yeah.
The only reason that we got that gig is because we uploaded our songs on MySpace.
Yes.
The only reason that we uploaded our songs on MySpace is because you had a guitar. The only reason that...
A bass.
A bass.
We didn't even own a guitar or drums.
Right.
We just had a bass and distorted it, did whatever we could. Honestly, that's what I loved. We thought outside the box to make our music. Was it great? No, but it was catchy.
Right.
That's all it has to be. It has to be catchy. That's it. It doesn't have to be amazing.
But where I'm leading is there's a breadcrumb that you realize that, this happened because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. And if I would have never had the confidence to come up to you and tell you a Spider-Man joke, where the fuck would we be right now?
Very true. Good point.
See, I thought long and hard for, a day about telling you that because you were the cool kid and I was not.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have done that, who knows?
Right?
But the fact that I did, I took a chance, an opportunity presented itself. Presented itself. Presented itself.
I was scared it was going to kick my ass.
No, but then, I took it.
Yeah, then it led. And that's a great point. Look where it led. Because I got the bass, we became friends. I got the bass because Nirvana.
Yeah.
Which I started listening because of Matt, which I chose when I moved to the projects there. He was wrestling people outside, and he was a little bit older than me, but I chose to wrestle him. And because I put up a pretty good fight. He was still older than me, he beat me. But then we gained a mutual respect, which then went, oh, look at this band, which then made me go, oh man, what's that noise? I want to play that noise, which that's crazy, dude. The routes. And music will connect you like no other. Look at how instantly we connected with like Nick Jones and them in college because, oh, you play, me too. And then we jam.
It doesn't have to be music though.
No.
That's kind of the point that I'm going. It's easy with music.
Oh, it's easy with
and
a majority
with nerdy things.
Yeah, majority of people. It's easier now with nerdy things.
Sports is your thing. Connect with people like that.
I think if you're in the public's eye whatsoever, if you deal with the public for sure, I've done, made do this as a living. Learn sports. You don't have to like sports at all.
Right.
Learn a couple things, bring it up.
Pick a favorite team.
And
Who
just
fucking cares where it's from?
It's the easiest way to connect with people. I think sports, when it comes, with men, and you're dealing with them as a customer, the easiest way is recognize whatever sport team they have on, talk to them about sports.
Yeah. Or don't hesitate to notice something and say something. Like you said, if you see somebody with a sports thing, go up and talk to them about it. If somebody is talking about a movie, say, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen that movie. What's it about?" Fucking open up. People need to stop being so shy.
Well, and I think that's what I miss, man. And that's the beautiful thing. That's why music is different than others, because I can come to you and I can show you my Pokemon cards and nerdy stuff, right? Which is cool, and we can bond over it. But when it comes to music, you have to share you. You have to come, and for us to play together, we got to vibe without talking. It's not like we can talk while playing.
Right.
So we got to pick an essence of each other up without really speaking, and then play to each other's. It really bonds people.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, if you do not have an instrument or if you don't play an instrument, go get one. I don't care what it is. Pick it, play it every day. You're going to suck. And you're going to have to play the three, it's going to blow. If you pick a woodwind.
Smoke on the water. Yeah. Again and again.
Or
and
a saxophone. Dude, I've always wanted to play saxophone.
I've always wanted to play trumpet.
I thought about buying one. I really, really have. But
I thought about buying one too.
and you're gonna have to sit there and trust me, scales after scales of bull crap. But it just clicks one day.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful, especially when you're good enough to share it and play together. It's such a feeling that I can't describe.
Right.
Because there's times where I've played with drummers, because as a bassist, the drums and bass have to be on time.
Yep.
On time. If I can't hit the one, I'm going to get fired from any band I play. Like, straight up, if you miss the one beat as a bassist, you're fired. It's kind of like, you got to keep rhythm. So I got to be on point with that guy. And there's many times where I've never talked to that person or maybe said a couple sentences. We get together and all of a sudden it's like I know this guy. Like me and him have known each other our whole lives.
Well, one of our gigs we played down in Pittsburgh, our guitarist left and we didn't have a drummer.
Yeah.
But there was a drum kit up there and one of the guys that we knew hopped on and started playing with us and you guys kind of led through the entire thing. And it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Like I said, it wasn't the best, but it
wasn't
worked.
the best.
Now, the second one was a lot better.
Yeah.
But that's because...
Which one did we do the best band ever?
That was the second one.
Second one?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite song.
Yeah, you like that? Which, all that was is it's a scale. You know that, right? That's a scale that I would practice. It's, so, like, I was reading something, and it said, if you take... it was a rock and roll thing. They're like, hey, if you play this notes and if you play with this pattern, it gives it a real rock and roll feel, which it does. That doom 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 doom. Yeah, the best band ever. And then that's literally it. That's the whole song. We just screamed it and we'd play it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Girls, take your shirt off.
And on that note, Drew, you ready to plug?
Yeah.
Girls, take your shirt. I forgot that was
there was
part
multiple verses to it. We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts at the Lunch Table PBJ. That's probably how you're listening to us right now.
So
keep going ahead and doing
that.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gave you an opportunity.
I like to say it after you.
Okay.
I like to sing it. So you say it and I usually, come
If
in.
you're one of those people that wants more,
More.
we're on YouTube at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as what we're going to start posting on, which is
I think Rumble.
Rumble.
I believe it's Rumble is what's called.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, there's there's other platforms like YouTube.
Right.
Yeah. That just aren't as sensitive in their guidelines.
So if you're doing that, go ahead and keep doing that.
Keep go ahead and do that.
We're on Facebook at the Lunch Table PBJ, as well as our fan page with Munchies. That's where you can stay up to date on all the stuff that we're doing, as well as some of the cool things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll update one of the ones that we got kicked off earlier, so you guys can be in our Love Loaf inner circle.
Yes, our Love Loaf. Everyone can be part of our Love Loaf. See, you said it was dumb. Now it's growing on you.
Right.
Now it's growing on you.
That's my new nickname, Love Loaf.
Love Loaf.
We're on Twitter at Lunch Table PBJ. That's where you can stay up to date on some of our stuff, as well as take part in some of our polls, as well as on Spotify.
You can always take characters poll.
Right. We're on TikTok and Instagram at the Lunch Table PBJ. CJ takes care of those. He does a wonderful job. He's been putting up content a lot.
Yeah.
It's designed to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Exactly what he says. He likes to be the class clown.
That's really it. It's less, I don't know, man. I've lived a rough life, and, my whole family does nothing but bust balls to make people laugh, and it's always brought me up. Like, when I've been in my little depressed Danny moments, and I'm being a little Debbie Downer.
Donnie Darko.
Oh, Donnie Darko, that's a good one.
There you go.
Right, when I've been in them dark moments, it's always them coming and saying the dumbest shit, like, you got some crooked-ass teeth.
I just punch him.
Like, why would you say that? Shit like that.
Think about the pain instead.
Yeah, bitch. So I feel like laughter really brings people out of shit, dude.
And if laughter brings the wallet out of your money, we're on Patreon at the Lunch Table PBJ. If you want to be that person that gives a little bit extra, that's the way to do it.
Good job.
Yeah.
You get an A+ on that one.
You give me time to prep, I'm like Batman.
Yeah. Boom. Dude, you are Batman. I might lose the first time.
Batman Love Loaf. Be my Robin, bitch.
Tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin. Tweet, tweet. Tweet. You all good?
I'm all good, man.
Okay. So my little nugget of inspiration, even though this whole episode has been like Carl Inspiration Day, we got real serious a little bit here.
Right.
Which happens sometimes, boys.
Right. He's 31.
Yeah, we had to do a little inner thinking today. Spread laughter, guys. Learn to laugh, love to laugh, spread laughter.
Fucking
stop being offended.
Just do it.
You got two options. You really do. You can laugh about situations, or you can get offended by situations.
Cry about it.
Well, I would say that's offended.
That would have sounded better.
Cry about it? Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do cry.
Laugh about it and cry about it.
You can laugh about it, or you can cry about it. One of them is going to leave you with bloodshot eyes and an ugly look on your face. The other one's going to make people want to be around you. So cry like a bitch.
Or you can smoke weed and do both.
Or smoke weed. Why? Yeah, you can.
Bloodshot eyes. People want to be around you.
And you're crying and laughing.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I mainly just cry.
Actually, there you go.
Or throw up.
Drew picked the nugget of knowledge this week. Smoke pot.
Oh, no.
No?
I don't condone that.
I don't. Yeah, he does. He wants you
I
to
do not
chief it.
condone
Yeah, he does. Peace.
that. See ya.
Don't smoke. It was a joke.